Good. So let me see those of you that have ever visited the park before. Good. Put your hands down. Let me see those of you who ever went around the park. Like walk around the park. Good. So this afternoon we have a little activity here. Miss Nia is going to choose one person. Now listen. So you see that puzzle over there? We're going to imagine that it's a park. And one person is going to walk around. Now, your job is to tell me what's the distance around or how many footsteps you walked around the park, right? Good. Now I'll hand you over to Miss Nia. Joshua. Now take off your shoes. So when you walk around this park, right, you have to tell me what is the length, right? So we're going to measure your footsteps. Yes, Joshua. So what shape was that? And what's the length? 6 feet. And what's the breadth? 5 feet. Good. Now, if we were to draw this park on board, what is the length? 6 feet. And what's the breadth? 5 feet. Good. Now, how do you know what is the total distance right here? Huh? We add 6 and 5. But that will only give you this part, the L shape. It won't give you the entire distance. Anybody would like to help Joshua? Anybody want to help him?
Two opposite sides is equal.
Alright, if two opposite sides are equal, so which means if this length is 6 feet, then this length will be 6 feet. And if this width is 5 feet, then this width is going to be
5 feet.
very good. Give yourself a clap. Good. So if I am to measure the total distance along this shape, around the park, what are we looking at? So let me give you a clue. It begins with P. Now take a minute and think about it. What are we looking at? There's a clue. It begins with P. I want you to take a minute and think about it. Tiana. Very good. Give her a clap. So today we will be looking at very good. Now I'll hand you over to Ms. Monica. Good class. So based on the activity that we just did, who can tell me what they think is perimeter in their own words? Take a minute and think about it. And then you're going to raise your hands, right? Or you can take a few minutes to think about it. Remember, you're putting it into your own words, right? Go ahead. Around the shape. Good job. Give him a clap. Now, anybody else would like to try? Yes, Homa?
A perimeter is a distance around the shape.
There's a distance around a shape. Good. Give her a clap. Now, this afternoon, right? Remember, we're looking at pyramids. So, good. So let's look at what is a perimeter. Let's read.
A perimeter is the distance around a shape.
Good job. So, give yourself another round of applause. And who can tell me the difference between a square and a rectangle? Now, take some time to think, and then you're going to give me your answers, right? Anybody wants to go? rectangle here. Good. What is the formula? Length plus breadth plus bracket times 2. So let's open our bracket. What is the length? What is the length of this rectangle here?
6 feet.
6 feet plus what's the breadth? 5 feet. Now let's close the bracket. Multiply by how much? 2. So now we have to start work this out. Which one do you think we should start work with? Where? Which part? The bracket or the times 2 first? Which one we start working with? Put your hands up. The bracket. Good. Give him a clap. Good. So we're gonna open our bracket now. 6 plus 5. Now who can tell me 6 plus 5 is equal to what? Yes. Huh? Good. Give him a clap. We're going to get 11 feet. So remember to write per unit. Close the bracket, multiply by 2. Now, who can tell me what is 11 multiplied by 2? 22. Give her a clap. We have 22 what? Feet. 2 feet. Good job. Now, so we can say the perimeter for this shape is this rectangle is equal to how much? The perimeter is equal to how much?
2 feet.
22 feet. Good job. Now, we have to look at finding the perimeter for a square. Now, the square on the board there. Let's look at the formula for finding the perimeter of the square. What's the formula, class?
S times 4.
Now, what does the S stand for? Side. Now, let's say this is 10 cm, right? What is the formula for finding the perimeter of a square?
Side times 4.
Side times 4. Now, what does side equal to for this square here? 10 cm. Good job. 10 cm times 4. Why are we timesing it by 4?
Because it has 4.
Good job. Give her a clap. Good. So 10, who can tell me 10 multiplied by 4 is equal to what? 40. Good job. Give her a clap. We have 40 cm. Good. So we can say the perimeter for this square is equal to how much?
40 cm.
40 cm. Good job. Now I'll hand you over to Miss Neha.
Good. So I will give you an activity now, and you're going to be working in groups of 3. So Destiny, Calvin, and Teresa, one group. Denise, Chad, and Coma, another group. Saeed, Tiana, and Joshua, another group. So now we have how many groups? 3. Good. So you're going to choose one of your book, one out of 3 of your book. Good. So you choose one book, and you're going to measure the perimeter of that book. Good. Give your ruler. And remember, it's a group work, right? Start.
Good. So the three of you have to come together and take one group, right? Make sure you look at the shape of one. Look at the shape. We gotta find out what we gotta look. What we gotta look. We gotta measure the length and the width. And then we're gonna find out what shape it is, right? Find the length. We're gonna find out the shape. Good. So we gotta measure. We're gonna measure. This is the book you guys choose to use. From 1 to how much? So how much? This is 4 cm, right? So the length right down there, right in your book. Length is equal to length is equal to 4 cm. Let's measure the width now. measure the width with it. Measure the width with the ruler. Help him measure the width with the ruler. Here, it's 18.56, right? So the width is 18.95, right? So based off of this, what is the shape? What shape is it? What shape is it? It's a rectangle. Good job. Give yourself a clap. Good job, right? Now, let's draw a rectangle here. Have him draw a rectangle.
A rectangle, so we already find what it is. So what is it here?
What's the length? What's the length of this book? 24 cm plus, so we're adding, and what's the width? 19 cm. Very good. Times, then put your body, so you're going to put in 4 cm. Good job.
See? Good boy.
Good. So based on the activity you just did, right? One group member is going to stand and tell me the length, the breadth, and the final answer you have of the book. Right? Destiny? What is the length of the book?
The length is 10.
And what's the breadth? What's the perimeter? Very good. Give them a clap. Good job. Tiana's group? What's the length? And what's the 6 cm? And what's the breadth? And what's the perimeter? Alright, give them a clap. Joshua? What's the length of your arm? And what's the breadth? And what's the perimeter? Good, give them a clap. Good. So this shown me that you guys have a clear understanding and finding perimeter of rectangle, right? Good. Now we'll hand over to Secretary.
Good. So Miss Leah has explained to you guys how to find the perimeter of a rectangle, right? And Miss Rhea also explained to you how to find the perimeter of a square. So I have 3 shapes here, 1 rectangle and 2 squares. So I'm going to give you it in groups. So Tarisha and Destiny, you're going to find the perimeter of this square. Tiana, Denise, and Woman, you're going to find the perimeter of the square. And Saeed and Joshua, you're going to find the perimeter of the rectangle. So take your time. Very much you have to do. Open up your books. Find the perimeter of the square. You have to use your ruler. Good. So I see what we found perimeter for one side, 6. So that's my perimeter. So one side is what? 6. So where's it? In your books? Let's find the perimeter. you guys finished?
Yes, sir.
So, from group, what is your size? What's your foresight? 6 cm. So, if 6 cm is one side, what is the perimeter of the whole square? How much? 24 cm. Second group, what is your perimeter for the square? 6 cm. And what is the total of the perimeter? 24 cm. So front group and second group has the same numbers for their shapes. Back group, boys, what is your length for your perimeter of your rectangle? 28. And what is your breadth? 80. And what is the perimeter for the whole shape? 92. Good. Give yourself a clap. Good. So, now that we've done this, what is the perimeter of the whole square? How much? 24 cm. Second group, what is your perimeter for the square? 6 cm. And what is the total of the perimeter? 24 cm. So front group and second group has the same numbers for their shapes. Back group, boys, what is your length for your perimeter of your rectangle? 28. And what is your breadth? 80. And what is the perimeter for the whole shape? 92. Good. Give yourself a clap. Good. So, now that we've done this exercise, now I hand over to Miss Nia, and she's going to explain to you a little bit more about pyramid.
Good. So by now you have a clear knowledge on what is perimeter and the formula to find perimeter of square and rectangle. Isn't that so? Good. So we're going to wrap up our today's lesson with some questions so I can know how much you understand. Right? Good. So I'm going to play a song and I'm going to pass around the ball, and whose hand the ball is left inside when the music stops, they will answer the question. Right? Good. Let's go.
Bird in the air, now that's the sound. Bird in the air, go length around. Bird in the air, now that's the sound.
No.
Alright, so Homer's on the ball. Now what can you tell me in your own words is perimeter? Take a minute and think about it. In your own words. Right? What you know about perimeter from what you learned today.
A perimeter is a distance around a shape.
Perimeter is the distance around the shape. Agreed? Very good, that's correct. Give her a clap. Good. Let's go.
Bird in the air, go length around. What tells us the whole length of ground. It measures the outside the walls of the ground. Then the root measure, that's what means.
That's right.
Alright, good. So Joshua, your question is, what is the formula to find perimeter of rectangle? Think a minute. Think about it. Yes, let me read. Length plus breadth times 2. Very good. Give me clap. Good. Let's begin again. Don't go too far.
Take when we measure the outside and measure a day. Bird in the air, now that's the sound. Bird in the air, go length around.
Alright, good. Denise, your question is, what is a formula to find the perimeter of a square?
The perimeter to find the length of the square is side times 4.
Very good. Give us a clap. Good. So you guys have done very good. I'm very proud of you. Give yourself another round of applause. Good. So that tells me that you guys have learned today. Right? Good. So now I will hand over to Ms. Bhumika.
Good. So we have some worksheet here for you guys to do as homework, right? Sit down. Good. So on the worksheet here it says that you have to find the perimeter of these shapes. So what's the first thing you're gonna do? You're gonna look at the measurements of the shapes. And what else? After we look at the measurements, what are we gonna do? What are some of the things we're gonna do? We're gonna find the perimeter using the what? Huh? Using the formula.
Good. So I just gave you your homework, right? And we found the perimeter of a rectangle, and we also found the perimeter of a square, right? So with that being said, I hope that you enjoyed today's lesson. Give yourself a clap. Make sure you do the homework, and we will eat